Time now to check in with our media partners from the Voice of OC for an update on what's happening this week in Orange County government and politics.
Here to talk about issues in the news right now, we welcome the editor-in-chief of Voice of OC, Norberto Santana.
Hi, Norberto. All right, Voice of OC broke a story this week regarding Santa Ana Mayor Miguel Polito and his vote for a $1.35 million no-bid city contract with a local auto parts firm just over a year after he and members of his family purchased a home from the store owner for $230,000 less than its fair market value. What's the latest with that?
It's part of an ongoing pattern at Santa Ana City Hall, where city and personal business for Mayor Polito often seemingly go hand in hand. It's also a pattern that's recently attracted a lot of attention from his colleagues on the City Council, who've spent the last few years trying to curb the longtime mayor's influence at City Hall. Now here's what we know. In exchange for a nearby home in Westminster, Polito's family recently sold an empty lot to the owner of a Napa, Orange County auto parts, which is located on 1st Street in Santa Ana, just a block from the Polito family's auto care shop. Now, both transactions were for $200,000. However, after the sale was recorded, Orange County Assessor Webster Guillory determined that the Westminster home was not sold at fair market value and appraised it at $430,000 based on comparable sales in the neighborhood. Now, Guillory appraised the lot behind the parts store at its $200,000 sale price. Now, following that transaction in August 2012, Mayor Polito's family members, including his father and two brothers, transferred the Westminster House property solely into Polito's name. That same day, Polito sold the home for $397,000 and netted a $197,000 profit. Now, he did not disclose the sale on the economic interest disclosure form known as the 700 form that's required by law. Now, good government experts say that the series of transactions could represent an illegal gift to Polito, if not worse. One expert told us that the entire transaction smelled like a bribe. Either way, the relationship between Polito and Reuben James Akubian, who is president of Napa Orange Auto Parts Store, appears to have been profitable for both sides. Now, while Polito realized the windfall from the home sale, city records show that Napa Orange County Auto Parts went from having a $50,000 annual contract as one of many auto parts suppliers for the city's vehicle fleet to holding a 3-year sole source contract valued at $450,000, a 9-fold increase. Now, before the 2011 contract, the city ordered replacement parts for its more than 750 vehicle fleet from more than about 80 different vendors, according to city records. Now, under the new contract, the city buys all of its parts through Napa Orange County Auto Parts. Now, Polito has declined comment. Meanwhile, Akubian argues that the lot had special value to his business far beyond the $200,000 price tag he paid, and that the Westminster home was fairly priced. And then in the nearly 2-year period between when his family bought the Westminster house and he sold it, Polito voted for 2 separate contracts with Napa Orange County Auto Parts. In January of 2011, less than 4 months after the purchase, Polito voted with the rest of the City Council to renew Akubian's previous $50,000 contract with the city, according to meeting minutes. Now, on December 19th of that same year, the mayor and his colleagues voted unanimously to authorize the firm's exclusive contract. Now, at a council meeting last week, Polito honored Akubian, who purchased the auto parts store in 1991, for being a finalist in the U.S. Small Business Administration's Small Business Person of the Year Award. Akubian, in turn, told the mayor that the city has made great progress since he opened his store.
Orange County Auto Parts is the largest and most successful Napa store in Orange County, and it's because of Jim's foresight and his small business management skills.
Since 1991, the city has come a long ways, and we've reaped the rewards, and we appreciate all your efforts, and I'm thankful for it.
Inquiries by the Santa Ana City Attorney and the City Council's Ethics Committee are likely to follow.
Okay, there's also plenty to inspire in Santa Ana these days. Norberto, your Healthy Community team recently followed a series of activists in Santa Ana who are looking to transform their streets into healthier places. What's happening there?
Indeed, hundreds turned out this past weekend to launch a wellness corridor along downtown Santa Ana's busy 4th Street with the goal of creating a pedestrian-friendly zone of amenities and attractions in downtown. Now, while the corridor isn't yet officially marked or mapped, its mastermind, America Bracho, who heads up Latino Health Access, said that the signs are going up shortly and that the group is looking to craft the corridor in real time. Now, the corridor stands as a creative response to a crowded downtown populated by young families. Bracho reasons that the other urban centers create walkable pedestrian zones, so why can't Santa Ana? Now, the Latino Health Access Building, which opened in 2011, is already a mecca for community members seeking to better their health. Hundreds of Mexican Americans go there every day for health classes, exercise opportunities, after-school study, training for health outreach initiatives, and more. Bracho looks out across the mammoth Ronald Reagan Federal Building and U.S. Courthouse towering over their offices and shares a vision that government employees who work in the city could be persuaded to spend time walking around the streets a bit more, improving their own health during their lunch breaks, for example. Now, beyond health, there's also another impact. Perhaps by walking together, people are more likely to walk in one another's shoes.
All right, and speaking of walking in another's shoes, Orange Court reporters say that local judges should try just that before cutting their health care benefits. What's the latest on that front?
More than about 30 court reporters and their supporters demonstrated in front of Orange County Superior Court this month, saying that judges have dealt a major blow to their families by cutting their hours in order to slash their health care coverage in half. Now, many also question how Superior Court judges could take such an action while simultaneously avoiding touching their own health care benefits, which are fully paid by state and amplified by local taxpayers thanks to the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Now, Court CEO Alan Carlson has declined to talk to the news media about the issue, citing ongoing contract negotiations. Yet others in the midst of those negotiations aren't as shy. Jennifer Muir, an assistant general manager at the Orange County Employees Association, said judges are taking a page out of the Walmart playbook.
This is nothing more than the same corporate strategy that companies like Walmart adopt in order to depress wages for their workers. And the worst part is they did this, the court has done this at the same time as the judges went to the County Board of Supervisors and double-dipped on their health care benefits and asked Orange County taxpayers to pick up their health care benefits. And then they, at the same time, were concocting a scheme to take away health care benefits for court reporters.
Now, local court reporters say that the impact on their families is real.
It's extreme. People have sold their houses, college tuitions aren't getting paid for. It's devastating. It's not right that ours are cut, no one else's hours are cut. There's less work.
We'll keep you updated on where things go from here.
All right, very good. Thanks, Norberto. For more on these stories and other political news throughout Orange County, you can go to voiceofoc.org.